All right, we are back, and this is the big scrapbook. Now, your mom put most of this
Yes.
all together, right?
Yep. This is great-grandparents and the styles. They dressed up when they wanted to for pictures. And there's my mother, grandfather, and grandmother. Oh, and here's Uncle Marn when he looked like when he got married.
No, the name's Marshall.
Marshall C. Jordan. Bob's middle name was Marshall. All right, here's the original Albert Watson, who died with a horse thing, and his wife Belle, and my dad and his full-fledged sister, who died young. She only lived to be 3 or 4. So he ended up with one child until she remarried, George Robbins, and had Beulah and Ruby. That's the picture I got on my computer, where he's not like that, but a little younger than that, sitting with my grandfather's lap on a family portrait. And I was only looked like about 2 months old at that time. But these are when they was older. Yeah, here they are together, him and his sister. And this is at a rock quarry somewhere out there. And there's Uncle Marn. And, oh, they saved everything.
Watson Nuebel. This looks like their wedding announcement. Yeah, looks like they got married.
I like this picture. They really look good.
1931.
And where was it? Like a church? The church?
Oh yeah, Catholic church. That church.
It says St. Joseph's Catholic Church.
And here's Father Knievel, who did it. And these look like high school pictures of her senior year. This is, I think, Aunt Hattie, isn't it? She's got her face featured.
And it says mother at 18.
Yeah, oh yeah. That shirt. Oh boy. My handiwork, you don't want to see that.
But you can write your name at an early age.
Yeah. And there she is with 2 of us. That's when the 3 brats were little brats. Oh, Bob and I were born at home. Mike was born at the hospital. This is the old front of the old hospital. It was on Avenue H. So he was the only hospital born.
Did they have like a midwife or somebody come, or is it just your mom and?
Good question.
You don't
know? Probably just old Doc Daring. Maybe Aunt Hattie helped. I don't know. Oh my! Now you can see how good I did in school here. You want to read your report card?
Let me see. I see a lot of C's.
Yeah, I wasn't a good boy.
Yeah, only 1 D in penmanship, which is funny because I always liked your writing.
Oh. That's Mom.
Perfect attendance.
Oh, yeah.
This is at Sacred Heart School. So you went to Sacred Heart
for
grade school?
Kindergarten at Jefferson, which was right there at the end of Avenue G, behind our house a couple blocks. There's a schoolyard and a ballpark. The school's probably been torn down by now. Anyway, I went to kindergarten there and then started 1st grade and 2nd grade there. Through 6th grade, I went to that school. And 7th grade, I went up to St. Joe's.
A lot of your schoolwork.
Wow, I did pretty good.
Call from Premium Senior Health.
Yeah. Premium Senior Health.
Call from Premium
Just what I need. Premium Health.
Oh, grades here are better.
Are they?
Well, there's some A's.
Ooh.
A lot more B's. So looks like you're doing better. This is 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
All right.
I must have woke up. Oh. Hey, now that's probably a grade higher.
I think this is the whole school.
Yeah, right. Oh, the perfect attendance group or something. Another report card. And there's the classrooms, what they look like. You remember those old desks that had the book underneath slid and it had an angle and the inkwell and the pencil tray.
Yeah.
Here's Randy's losing his hair here. Here, my old favorite stars, Genealogy.
Well, didn't he come to the rodeo?
He was rodeo number 1.
Did you see him there in Fort Madison?
Probably did, but I don't remember. How are my grades now?
Better. Consistent.
That's my writing. Wow. And this is probably the bishop. And there's our sleds.
Here's the girl, the little blonde girl, Rose Marie Ludolph.
Ludolph.
A cutoff cousin?
Cousin. When we went down to Westphalia, Kansas,
Okay.
on Santa Fe Railroad. We had passes to go Kansas City, catch a different train, go straight towards Phoenix, but you go through Westphalia and get off. Now, Slope Park, I don't know, where's that?
Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
It says, stopped here on trip to Westphalia, Kansas.
Yeah, Westphalia. Now, we got out to Arizona. This is Uncle Larry, who had to go out there for his health. He loved the sun. And his wife, Ruby. I don't know who this is, but I'm guessing you could probably, maybe she wrote something on her. Jean Eddy. She had a sister named Wilma Eddy, and the guy I worked with in the newspaper office married her. And I thought, oh boy, what a match. Dick Oddie.
It's got your contract from the Democrat carrier. When did you do that?
Oh, I started at 11, I think.
That's Peterson, circulation manager.
Oh, Pete Peterson. He handled the newspaper boys. And he had enough of them. There must have been 40 or so of them to handle the whole town. Good old days. Oh, John Nuebel dies today. Paul Flessenkemper. Yeah, he got wounded. His buddy that went into service with him got killed. His name was Maury Arthur. Yeah, they were buddies growing up in high school. And they stuck it together through the war until he got to Saipan and got killed. Oh, here's our basketball star. Bob Delaney, is it? Yeah, he was good. He wasn't tall, but he was a fast player. Yeah, that's when I got to high school. Here, the boys dressed up. I, of course, had to wear my scout uniform with my old broad-brimmed hat, which eventually faded out. Nobody wore them anymore. Oh, boy. Down at Camp Eastman, down by Nauvoo, I went to camp 5 years straight. And that was our one and only vacation. Get to go to Boy Scout camp, away from the parents. So I went 5 straight years there, 45 through 49.
Was that in all summer or a couple weeks?
No, it was just 1 week. And you had to pay to go. Tom, Mick, Bob, me, with my collar. And these are the people we went out to Kansas to see. Yeah.
That was cute.
It looks like I had a Christmas savings club, put in $1 or $2 a week. So you had Christmas money to spend.
You got $7.75 from the Democrat and $25 from
Customers.
Customers. Yeah.
Christmas presents.
I don't know what the cost of conversion is for now, but that's probably not bad.
Okay.
The classmates looks like Paige. Here's Bonita.
Yeah, Bonnie, Anita. And this is Maury Bellman I ran around with. This is Eddie Wilmersmeyer. He was actually a cousin. His mother was one of my grandma's sisters. And Ted Warner. That's Joe Birch. Hi, Joe. I think he's still kicking. And here, another cousin, Rhoda Kumeyer. This is Connie Roxlaw. She's one of the last women living. She lives near Davenport on a farm. And this guy here is the same as this one here.
Okay.
It's Maury Billman. And Bob Weimer. That anime Goshen Camper, Dick Schmidt, and me. Yeah. Here's Paul Faring. He died young, real young. Remember the Boy Scout pictures I had of the Beaver Patrol?
Mm-hmm.
The 5 of us, Bob and I and Paul Faring and Prescott Smith. Oh, that's Leora Hyde. This Paul again, getting out of the service. Oh, boy. She didn't throw anything away. Just too much. Boy Scouts receive awards at Record Court of Honor here. Oh boy, it's a whole write-up.
Just you on the basketball team there, or?
No, I never made a first team. And some of my classmates did, I think Paul. This is Al Vonderhaar, who was the coach. And the star, I think, was Tom Ping. He was 6 foot something. We had a pretty good team that year. It was a couple of years before I got into it.
Yeah, don't take that out. But that looks like a picture of you in the school band?
The school band, yeah.
And what'd you play?
I played the clarinet. I'm trying to see if I'm in there, and that's Tommy Lou Green. He played the sax. That's Kay Smith. Maybe I didn't make that picture. Wasn't good enough. We got to play at Davenport Music Festival, and then we had a concert, and Rhoda played that, and I don't know if that's Tommy Lou Green or not. They're getting faded. This looks like Kay. Kay and Rhoda had a thing in high school. Too much. And took a big picture with the dog. There's the tree, sleds.
Baby Tommy's first Christmas.
Oh my. Yeah, he go along a few years later. I was in high school when he came by. I don't think his kids even knew he was coming. Somebody sitting here holding a baby, but...
Well, it's you.
Okay. Oh, here's my first girlfriend. She had freckles. Carlene Reeder. First girlfriend in high school. No car. Walking from the dry dock home to... she lived near St. Mary's.
Whatever happened to
Carlene?
Carlene?
I have no idea. I saw her once when I went home and played golf. She was in the clubhouse. And we talked for a half hour between 9 holes. And that's the last I saw of her.
Well, there's a lot of girls on this page here.
Oh, yeah. I think that's Dorothy Patton. And this is Kay Miller. This is a girl I dated shortly. She lived up on West Point Hill. Well, about 2 miles down the road she lived. I walked there. Her daddy took me home. I had a crush on her. You even got the calling cards in here yet. She saved everything.
Here we are, mailing room staff.
This is the addressograph machine where you slide the papers across and print the addresses for the post office.
Was this at school or the newspaper?
Newspaper, down in the dungeon in the basement. And that's where I finished out high school, working for the newspaper. Oh, and here's this is a sad one. You won't believe this. My father had a cousin named June, and she married a guy named Glenn Gorman, and their son here looks like his dad, head-on collision. Bridal couple killed in collision near Fairfield, which is where they were living. Yep, it was sad. Pronger. Louis, Austin, and Art, 3 boys. One of Grandma's sisters married Pronger. He died young, I think. And he lived almost to the West Point Hill, almost to Burlington. They lived outside of West Point about a mile, out on a farm. Another one of our Christmas Club books. And these were our good days. Our team was really doing real good. Joe Hawks, what we were called. Won 5 straight. We played Warsaw, Illinois, Riverside, St. Mary's. Don't look like me, but yes it is. They put the better players in the back row and they're taller. At least I got my picture in it. How are you going to tape it?
Here's a spoon.
Yeah. She saved everything. And we had a school paper, Hawk Talk.
Now you worked on the school paper, right?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't admit it if I did.
Why is there a spoon with that letter?
I don't know. You have to read it, fine print.
We had a picnic at Sugar Creek, drove to West Point, Franklin and Burlington, Iowa. Here's my one and only souvenir from a Dairy Queen sundae.
I better save that and use it. Oh, and the newspaper if you want to read it.
Why did you save that one? You have a poem in there or an article?
No.
Your name must be in that somewhere, Harold.
Oh, yeah, but I got a 5 finger all the way through it. Too much crap.
Looks like you tripped to Springfield.
Yeah, that was a class day. So Lincoln's home in Springfield. This is the capital. My nickname.
It says Squeaky. What's the story behind Squeaky?
My voice was high, I guess. Only thing I could think of, somebody gave it to me. Too much junk.
Here's a senior prom, junior and senior prom.
Oh my.
You and Bob in tuxes.
And here's some more.
Perfect attendance.
Yeah, I got 2 of them already. I was a good little boy. Oh boy. Here's the senior pictures. But this was a cousin, Anna Mae Grossenkamper. She lives in Florida. She's probably dead now. Rhoda went to California. She is dead. Shirley Johnson showed up for the reunion. She lives out in Phoenix, Arizona. Tommy Smith, oh, come on. Victor.
This is Alvin.
Yeah, Alvin Mairato. And Ted Werner, he's the doctor's son, became a lawyer. Cousin Eddie Wilmersmeyer, Paul Faring, who died young, and Terry DeCourcy, who dropped out of school. He was a wild kid. Connie, Bonnie. There's my buddy I grew up with, Richie Link. He went to public high school. Maury Bellman and Marvin Newey. And Joe.
Looks like you're about to graduate. These are all your graduation cards.
Yeah, throw nothing away.
Aren't you glad that she saved them? That was real sweet of her.
Yeah, it was, but at the time I didn't give a darn. Oh, this is Grandma's had a sister that became a nun, and Mother House was in Chain of Rocks Bridge, St. Louis. She lived down there. They had a convent down there. It was, on the river. Sister Hugona.
All right, so looks like we've got Gem City Business College. When and why did you go to Gem City Business College?
When I got out of graduated high school, folks says, okay, time to go to work or go to school. And I says, well, I got a whole $500. I want to go to business school because I couldn't afford a regular college. And that's where I went, Quincy, Illinois. Stayed at the Y and night clerked and spent about 2 years down there. Got my accounting degree. I wanted to go into accounting, but when you're 20 years old, who wants to hire you? There's the house. Let's see together. You want to put this up somewhere?
Please do not disturb. From the YMCA, Quincy, Illinois.
Oh, that's cute. I'm glad you saved that.
Do you live on this farm? The Democrat would take a picture of an aerial shot of a farm, and you could call in and win some money, I guess. Yeah, 32 in cash and 416 in gifts. It was 2 farms closer to West Point. And yeah, there's the house on that side of the road. And highway wasn't 61, I don't know what it was called. Went right past it. The house was there, garage was there, and the barns were across the road. And that's where she raised 3 boys. Louis, Art, and Austin. Louis went to, where was it, Tennessee or somewhere, Nashville. He went somewhere south. And he got a career. Oh, here's the shot that we liked. All 4 Indians, all dressed in their scout uniforms. Tom in his cowboy outfit. These are all my shots, I suppose.
Business management, 91%.
What's that? Was that from the business college?
I'm assuming.
What's W.A. Schaefer say?
Thank you for showing an interest in working with Schaefers.
But never did.
At this present time. So these must have been your
applications.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Written at the YMCA, Quincy, Illinois, February the 20th, 1951. What'd I tell Grandma?
Dear Mom, you better you better keep this one in the scrapbook. I talked to VG, and he says I'll write some letters tomorrow to DuPont, Schaefer, Santa Fe, telling your mom you're looking hard for a job.
I'm looking for work. That's what she wanted to hear. Yep. Oh, here's Paul Fless's wedding picture in here. Yeah, Doris and Paul.
Well, this is you and a date in a white dress. She's wearing glasses. You've got a nice corsage going on.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't see any names. Need a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I can remember.
Ooh, Mark Twain Cave.
Yeah, we went there once. Too much junk in here. Dimples, 52.
Looks like it's a play.
Yeah, it looked like Bob or Tom was
It's our Order of Railroad.
telegraphers. That's what job I took, railroad telegrapher.
So after Gem City, you went back home to
Worked for the railroad, and they put me on the extra board for the Illinois division between McCook and Chicago, all the way down to Fort Madison. I could work at all those little kick stations along the way. I worked at Dallas City, Lomax, Stronghurst, Toluca. Worked there, and then on further up I worked at Streeter, I worked in Joliet, and in Chicago, McCook. And I stayed at Ralph and Margaret Murray's house in Chicago. I was all on my own. This one got
Beulah and Austin.
Yeah, her wedding, I guess. Yeah, that's Art. Art when he got married. Oh, got Grandma Jordan again. I think this has been one of the Stroke girls getting married. That's what it looks like. Yeah, these
Richard
are mine.
Link. He was a friend of yours, right? Richard Link?
Yeah, he was my classmate, Mary Bellman. If I could have went in the service, I'd have been with that group. probably buried.
Now you didn't get accepted because of your arm.
Right. I even tried the Navy and they wouldn't take me. That's cute.
Now is that Tom?
Yeah. That's how Lily was when I was getting married. Too much junk. Oh, here's our railroad magazine. But I think it's that group picture of us.
Swedish American.
Oh, pick it up.
Call from Sweet Shaver.
Grandma! I hear her.
And then we got a letter here from
Dear Harold, when I was sick in the hospital, St. Joseph's back in 46. There's a whole bunch of them.
your schoolmate Dick. It looks like you were maybe sick, and they all wrote you letters. It says 1946.
That'd be a freshman. Yep, she would save everything. That should be the end of it.
Well, that'll be the end, at least for today. So we'll pick up some other day.